everyone, my name is Drishti and I welcome you all in this new episode of News on Map India segment. In this series, we will be talking about certain locations which can be important for your prelims as well as mains point of view. These locations pertain to Indian continent only or the nearby areas, and we will be going through some MCQs based on these locations so that it will be very easy for you to remember something. Okay, so let's start with the practice question which was given to you in the previous class. Regarding the National Chambal Sanctuary, consider the following statement. Statement 1 is span across state of UP, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Statement 2 is the sanctuary located along the Chambal river is one of the very few critical habitats for two endangered crocodile species, that is Ghadial and the Magar. Okay. Statement 3 is Chambal river also hosts the endangered Gangetic dolphin, or you can say Gangetic river dolphin. So you have to choose the statement which are not correct over here. Okay, so coming to the map here, you can see here, this is the area of this Chambal we have talked about. Okay, so here we have said that this National Chambal Sanctuary is located across the state of UP, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. So here you can see in this map here, this area basically is your Chambal Sanctuary, National Chambal Sanctuary. Okay, when we are talking about this particular area, it is belonging to Madhya Pradesh, this area is of Uttar Pradesh and this area over here is of Rajasthan. Okay, so we can say that this particular sanctuary is spread across three states, that is UP, MP and Rajasthan. Okay, now coming to the next part here, this is the river Chambal. Here you can see this is river Chambal. Okay, and it meets with the river Yamuna. Okay, so this is Yamuna. So we can say that Chambal is basically a tributary of Yamuna. And then when we are talking about this particular Chambal sanctuary, we can say that this is on this particular river. Okay, so this is area of National Chambal Sanctuary. Now we are talking about two species which are living over here. Here you can see this is your Ghadial and this is basically your Magar. Okay. So basically this is Ghadial and Magar crocodile. Here you can see there is some difference between these two. Here it is having a long beak over there, and then here when we are talking about Magars, they are larger in size. Okay, so please remember these differences, or you can say you will be able to identify these two species based in this particular difference, that this is bigger in size, and these both of these species are basically freshwater crocodiles. They are freshwater, and that is why they are found in Chambal. Okay, now when we are talking about this river dolphin or Gangetic river dolphin, here you can see this is an endangered species. Okay, it is in the appendix 1 of CITES. This is endangered IUCN status. And then when we are talking about our Wildlife Protection Act 1972, it is kept in the schedule 1. Okay, this river dolphin is a freshwater. It is also known as the national aquatic animal of India. Okay, and then when we are talking about the expanse, it is found in Brahmaputra, Ganga, and in rare instance it is found in the Chambal river as well. So we can say that yes, there is a small presence, but there is a presence of this particular dolphin in the Chambal as well. Now this dolphin faces different you can say threats with respect to the declining population, declining habitat over there. So that is why these are some threats: habitat destruction, pollution, bycatch, climate change, hunting, etc. Okay, other than that, when we are talking about the conservation effort related to it, so we have this National Dolphin Research Center that has been started in Bihar, Patna. Okay, and then when we are talking about the Vikramshila Sanctuary, you must have heard about it. Vikramshila Sanctuary, it is in Bhagalpur. Okay, it is in Bhagalpur, Bihar. And then there is this Hastinapur Sanctuary in UP, which is proposed but yet not actually commenced. Okay, so there are these three things for protected areas which can be important for you. Other than that, we have this Project Dolphin which started in 2021 to protect the river Gangetic river dolphins on the lines of the Project Tiger, which is clear by the name. Other than that, one more specific fact about this Gangetic dolphin is that they are mostly blind. Okay, so for navigating their path, they go for the ultrasound waves. Okay, so basically what happens is that they go with this you can say ultrasonic sound. So they make some kind of sound and because of which they will be able to navigate, and this sound somehow sounds like, you know, Susu, and that is why this particular dolphin is also known as Susu dolphin. Okay, so I hope this is clear about this dolphin. So this is also found in the Chambal, otherwise most prominently it is in Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, now moving further, here we can see the statement 1 is correct. We have seen that it is in UP, MP and Bihar. Then sanctuary located along Chambal river, which we have seen. It is one of the few critical habitats for the two endangered species, that is Gharial and Magar. This is also correct. Then Chambal river also hosts endangered Gangetic dolphin. This is also correct. So they have asked which of the following statement is not correct. So we can say that none of the above, because all of the statements are correct. Okay. So now let's start with the next question, that is question number 1. Consider the following statements. Statement 1 is Katchatheevu is 285-acre uninhabited speck or in the Park Strait between India and Sri Lanka island, and it is located about 14 nautical miles from Rameshwaram. Okay, so that is one statement. Second statement is in 1974, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi of India and Sirima R.D. Bandaranaike, he is Sri Lankan from the Sri Lankan side. They have signed an agreement which recognized Katchatheevu as part of Sri Lanka's territory. Okay, so this Katchatheevu Island has been in news recently. PM has mentioned this particular territory, and BJP government, or you can say ruling party government, is trying to somehow get this island back. Okay, so this Katchatheevu Island, they are trying to get it back from Sri Lanka, and that is why it was in news, and that so we have taken this question. So here you can see statement 1 is about this location of the island, which we will see, and statement 2 is about giving this particular territory to Sri Lanka in 1974. This statement is correct. In 1974, the Indira Gandhi government make a pact with the Sri Lanka, and they have given this particular area to Sri Lanka, and in a good faith, you can say. So here we can see you have to choose the correct option. Let's see the location of Katchatheevu. Okay, here this is your Park Strait over here, and this is Tamil Nadu of India, and this is Sri Lanka, and above Rameshwaram we have this particular island, that is Katchatheevu. Okay, so this island has been given to Sri Lanka in 1974, and recently it has been discussed because we are trying to get it back. Okay, though Sri Lankan side is saying that there is no official statement about this, but yet government is trying to you know, get it back. That is what the claims of government are. Though the Katchatheevu Islands are pair of uninhabited island located in the Park Strait between southeastern coast of India, that is Tamil Nadu, and you can say northern coast of Sri Lanka. This is the northern coast of Sri Lanka, that is the southeastern coast of Tamil Nadu. Okay, then the larger island is known as Katchatheevu, and there is this smaller island which is known as Imaravan. Okay, Imaravan. Now the last statement here is saying that these islands have been historically significant due to their strategic location. Okay, so here you can see this is the strategic location because this forms part of your exclusive economic zones. That is one thing. Other than that, also around this particular area there are various fishermen who are relying on this area for their livelihood. Okay, so their importance in the fishing activities in the both Sri Lanka as well as India. So that is why this island is important, and recently it was in news for other reasons because fishermen from the Indian side have been arrested by the Sri Lanka, and there are various incidences like that. Okay, now there is one more thing I would like to tell you, that in this particular 1974 agreement we have given this Katchatheevu Island, which is located over here, to Sri Lanka. Okay, and recently Sri Lankan diplomats are saying that in 1976 there was another agreement which said that India will have all the rights on the Wedge Bank, or you can say exclusive economic rights on the West Bank, Wedge Bank. Here you can see in the south of mainland Indian territory, here this particular area is basically Wedge Bank. Okay, this Wedge Bank is kind of, you can say, resource rich area. So Sri Lankan side is saying that this was kind of an exchange at that point of time. Okay, so let's see what is the true thing, which we don't know. That is a discourse, or these two sides are telling their own claims. But right now this is important for you, their location 1, and this Katchatheevu, that is the second location. Okay, other than that, also recently in Sri Lanka India relations there has been some developments, and there was this ferry service which have been started. If you know the name, please write in the comment box. If you don't know the name, then you can go and check our previous episode wherein we have talked about that ferry service as well. Now moving to the question again. So first statement which we have seen, that is correct. This is a 285 acres uninhabited island. and it is located in the part between India and Sri Lanka from 14 nautical miles from the Rameshwaram. Okay. Second statement I already told you this is correct. So you have to choose the correct option. Both 1 and 2 is your answer. Okay. Now going to the question number 2. Consider the following statement. Statement 1 is Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve NDBR, the second biosphere reserve of the country, is spread across 3 districts. Okay. So that is one statement. Second statement is Nanda Devi National Park NDNP and the Valley of Flowers National Park VOFNP are both recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Okay. How many of the statements given are correct? Okay. So you have to choose the correct statement. Now, since these two are factual statements, I will tell you that Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve is the second to be recognized as Biosphere Reserve. Okay. So you can tell me which was the first one. So that is your job to answer in the comment box. So this statement is correct. Now second statement is Nanda Devi National Park and the Valley of Flower National Park are both designated as World Heritage Site, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay, that statement is also correct. Here I would like to tell you one difference, that they are saying that Biosphere Reserve and they are saying a National Park. So what is the difference here? So basically what happens is that there is a area which is designated as Biosphere, okay, reserve, and then inside this particular protected area there are smaller pockets. Okay, so here you can say this is your Nanda Devi National Park and this is your Valley of Flower National Park, and there are other small protected areas. So you can say that Biosphere Reserve is basically the larger part. Okay, and within which there may be other protected areas as well. Okay, so when we are looking at this particular reserve here, you can see this is Nanda Devi. It is in Uttarakhand over here. Okay, and in this particular map here you can see this is the location of Nanda Devi, and this is spread across 3 districts, that is Chamoli, Bageshwar and Pithoragarh. Okay, so I hope that statement 1 is clear and you are fine with that. Now moving to the second part over here, this is basically your Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. This outer boundary is basically your Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. Inside this you can see there is a small patch. This is basically Valley of Flower National Park, and this small patch here is basically Nanda Devi National Park. Okay, and the whole area is called Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. I hope this is clear. Now we can move further. When we are talking about Biosphere Reserve, as I told you, the second one was Nanda Devi. Okay, I hope you have answered about it. Otherwise you can see here first one was Nilgiris. Okay, here this is the location of your Nanda Devi. Other than that, there is there are certain 18 biosphere reserves in India. I would want you to remember all of them because they are all important. Okay, so please go through this particular slide here. I will name you for that. Cold Desert National Park. Okay, then we have Nanda Devi, Kutch, Panchmari, Panna, Achanak Amarkantak, Nilgiri, Agastyamalai, Gulf of Mannar. Here we have Andaman and Nicobar, Greater Nicobar, and then Sheshachalam, Simlipal, Sundarbans, No Creek, Dehang Debong, then Manas and Dibru Saikhawa. These are 2 different, and then we have Kanchenjunga. Okay, so please go through these biosphere reserve, their locations. Okay, now moving to the part where you can tell that which one the first one was. Here first one was Nilgiri. It was designated as biosphere reserve in 1986, and in 88 Nanda Devi was designated as. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now we can move further with the question again. So first statement, Nanda Devi Reserve is the second biosphere reserve of the country. This is correct, and this is spread across 3 districts we have seen. Now Nanda Devi National Park and the Valley of Flower National Park are basically World Heritage Sites within the biosphere reserve. Okay, so this statement is also correct. So option C would be your right answer, both 1 and 2. Now moving further with the next question. Before that, I would like to tell you one thing about this particular question, why we have taken this question, because recently there was this you can say Glacial Lake Outburst report. Okay, there is this Glacial Lake Outburst report, and according to this report, it was said that the Uttarakhand is most vulnerable, or you can say most vulnerable glacial lakes are present in Uttarakhand. Okay, nearly more than 13. Okay, so they are present in Uttarakhand. Now when we are talking about this Glacial Lake Outburst or report, here I would like to tell you. Okay, so let's say this is your glacier. Okay, now this is ice okay, and now there will be a smaller area over here, and then there is an embankment. Okay, this embankment is made of soil or rocks, anything, and since water is continuously melting, there is this particular lake which has been formed. Okay, this is basically a glacial lake. Now what is happening because of the warming etc., what will happen, that this glacial or this ice of the glacier will started melting over here. So this glacial will reduce to like this, and this particular lake, the level of the lake will increase, okay, and there will be more water inside it. More water will put more pressure, that is hydrological pressure, or you can say weight, and this force will also be applied on this particular embankment over here. And because of this particular force, if somehow this embankment is collapsed, and if this embankment collapses, because of which there will be a flood in the lower areas, and that will be considered as the glacial lake outburst flood. Okay, so we have talked about this particular thing, that is glacial lake outburst, and because of which this was in news, and that is why we have basically taken this question. So please read about glacial lake outburst flood. Okay, now moving to the next question. Regarding Siliguri corridor, consider the following statement. Okay, statement 1 is, it is narrow stretch of land located in the West Bengal and connects India's northeastern states to the rest of India. It borders Nepal and Bangladesh only. Okay, so now we are talking about this Siliguri corridor. This is in news because of, you know, China and India issues. Okay, India-China issues has been a contemporary issue. They will continuously talk about it. Recently, there was this meeting wherein they have said that they are trying to negotiate on the border disputes, etc. That is why we have taken this question. Okay, so here first statement saying that it is a narrow stretch of land located in the West Bengal that connects northeastern states to the rest of India. Here you can see. So this here we can see this map. This is basically your West Bengal area. Okay, now this is Sikkim, but this is basically West Bengal area. Now when we are talking about this particular area over here, this is called as Siliguri corridor, or sometimes chicken's neck. Now when we are talking about this area here, you can see that this particular area is connecting you with the northeastern states of India. Okay, and this is the rest of India. So basically this is your Siliguri corridor. Okay, now this is strategically very much important for us, because obviously here we have presence of China. Okay, so here we can say there is a presence of China. We have Bhutan over here. Okay, so this area here, okay, that becomes very much important. So we are trying to make sure that the China does not get access to this particular portion, because if they get access to this particular portion, then we will lose connect with the northeastern states of India. Okay, so that is why this Siliguri corridor becomes extremely important for us. And here you can see that in this particular corridor, here we have Nepal this side, okay, and we have Bangladesh this side, and this is area of Bhutan. So we can say that it's have boundary with Nepal, Bhutan as well as Bangladesh. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now coming to the question again. This is the narrow stretch of land located in West Bengal that connects India's northeastern states to the rest of India. This is correct. Then it borders Nepal and Bangladesh only. No, this also connects somehow. You can say some territory is touching with the Bhutan as well. Okay, so this statement is incorrect. So option A would be your right answer. We have to choose the correct statement over here. Now moving to the question number 4. Gelephu Smart City project is related to which of the following country? If you have seen the last episode, then this question will be a cakewalk for you, because last time we have discussed that PM has gone for a visit to Bhutan, and wherein they have talked about certain connectivity project, or you can say there was this Gelephu Kokrajhar rail link project. So that was in news. Okay, so that is why we can say that this was particular Gelephu Smart City project is in Bhutan. Okay, so option A is your right answer. Now let's see this particular rail link over here. Okay, so this is Gelephu over here. Now we have this Kokrajhar, which is in Assam. Okay, so there is this talk of, or you can say they have signed an agreement regarding this particular rail link, that is Gelephu Kokrajhar rail link. So this rail link is significant for us because this will boost the trade, this will boost the tourism sector, etc. So that is why it is important for us. Okay. Now, as I told you, the answer is Bhutan. A. Now, question number 5. Dulung-Subansiri elephant corridor was recently in news. The corridor is located in Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya or Arunachal Pradesh. Now, this Dulung-Subansiri elephant corridor. What are elephant corridor? Simple means is that there is a patch of forest. Okay, let's see, there are two patches of forest. This is one and this is two. And because of certain reason, they are fragmented. Okay, there is a walk between them, but they are fragmented and this is not being used by elephants to cross this particular area. Okay. Now the idea is to basically connect these two so that there will be interaction between the elephants of this particular forest area and that area. Okay, so ultimately that will be easy for them to interact with each other, go for breeding activities, etc. So that population of these elephants will rise. Okay, so that is one idea behind it. Second idea is that this basically area, if not connected, or if there is some kind of road which is going through this particular area, that will result into, you can say, accidents, elephant or man conflicts, or you can say accidents in this particular area. We have seen that recently many elephants has died because they are trying to cross some, because naturally this is area which is basically part of forest. Okay, but because of human activities this has been fragmented. Okay, so now government is trying to revive such areas. Government is trying to go for revival of these corridors. Okay, when we are talking about this particular corridor, that is Dulung-Subansiri, this is an existing corridor, but because of certain reason that has been basically not used by the elephants, and now we are trying to revive it, and that is why it was in news. Government has the central government has given direction to Assam government as well as Arunachal government to go and demark the locations, so that they can go for the you can say assessment and the commission of this particular elephant corridor over there. But when we are talking about the expanse, or you can say in which particular state it is located in, so it is in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so now let's see on the map. So here in Arunachal Pradesh, here we have this particular location wherein this Dulung-Subansiri elephant corridor is present. Okay, now here you can see this particular area. Between 1987 and June 2017, approximately 265 elephants has been killed because of accidents which has happened differently while crossing these particular fragmented areas. Okay, when we are talking about highest number of these elephant corridors, these are in West Bengal. Other than that, you can see there are highest numbers in South India. When we are talking about overall in the region wise, then we can say that there are nearly 28 corridors in South India. Okay, you don't have to remember all these things, but just know that these corridors are quite important for these elephants to cross that particular region. Okay, here in this particular when we are talking about this project elephant corridor, there is this lower Subansiri tidal power project. So please, you can go through this particular project because that is also important, because in the lower part of that particular project only we are going for this elephant corridor. Okay, so when we are talking about Subansiri river, here this is the Subansiri river, here you can see, and this is tributary of basically Brahmaputra river. Okay, so please remember that. Okay, now this elephant corridor will be connecting the two sides of the bank of Subansiri with this elephant corridor. Okay, now we can move further with the answer. As I told you, this is Arunachal Pradesh is the answer. Now question number 6. Consider the following statement. Statement 1 is the Daulat Beg Oldie is an Indian military base located at northernmost tip of the India in Karakoram mountains. Okay, we have talked about this Daulat Beg Oldie 2-3 times. Okay, so I hope you know that if this statement is correct or not. Second is Chusul Valley lies south of the Pangong Lake. Okay, so Pangong Lake or Pangong So Lake. Okay, so that is this so basically used for lake in the local language. Now Despang Plains located in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Now, how many of the above statements are correct? We have taken this question because you know that Ladakh has been in news for various reasons. First, there is a demand of statehood. You must have heard about certain protests which are going on over there. Okay, other than that also, when we are talking about India-China border disputes, this is in news. Okay, so how many of the above statements are correct? Now coming to Daulat Beg Oldie. Okay, so here you can see this is the northernmost tip over here. and this is your Daulat Beg Oldie, and here we have advanced landing grounds, okay, or here in this particular picture, Daulat Beg Oldie, an airfield reactivated by Indian Air Force in 2008, and since then we have an airfield over there, and that is quite strategic for us for the movement of the troop if anything mysterious is done by China, okay. So that is why this is important. So coming to the question again, Daulat Beg Oldie is the Indian military base located at the northernmost tip of the India in the Karakoram mountains. Here you can see this is basically area of Karakoram. Here you can see this is the Karakoram pass over here, and this is area of Karakoram, okay. So that is clear. Now second statement is Chushul Valley lies south of the Pangong Tso Lake, okay. So this is your Chushul Valley over here, and this area is basically your Pangong Tso Lake, okay. So in this picture, I hope this is clear. Here you can see this is Pangong Tso Lake. Part of this is in India, and mostly it is in the part of China, okay. Now here you can see this is your Chushul, okay. Chushul is an area wherein this military talks has happened once or twice, okay. So this particular area you can remember. Then they have talks about the Despang Plains. This area of Daulat Beg Oldie, or this area, is basically your Despang Plain, okay. Now here you can see Despang Plain is located in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. So this statement is incorrect because obviously it is located in Ladakh, okay. So here they might have mentioned, no, they have not. So here you can see this area basically is your Despang Plain, okay. Now here in this picture you can see that most of the areas here are basically near your LAC, okay. So here this is the line which is your LAC, here you can see, okay, and this is the area which are near in your LAC. When we are talking about Daulat Beg Oldie, which is here, which is quite important for us, and they are having an air strip is quite strategic for us. Now when we are talking about this particular road, here you can say India is actually developing infrastructure. Both countries are doing, China and India, both of them are trying to develop infrastructure over there. But the thing is, because of these infrastructure which we are building, China has these problems with it, and that is why you must have heard that this Daulat Beg Oldie, and then when we are talking about this issue of Galwan somewhere here, they have you must have heard. Then there is this hot spring area over here. So all these areas are having these issues, and they are all in the vicinity of LAC, okay. Now Pangong Tso, you must have heard about this Pangong Tso related you can say aggression which has shown by China at that point of time. So Pangong Tso Lake is there, then this is Chushul, and on the side of Pangong Tso, okay, China is trying to build some kind of bridges, India is trying to build some kind of roads over there, okay. So this is the significance of this particular area. So please remember all these things in this area, okay. Now we can move further, or before that I will tell you the answer. This statement is correct, okay, this statement is also correct, and here this is wrong because it is in Ladakh and not in Arunachal Pradesh, okay. So only two statements are correct, okay. Now question number 7. Consider the following statement regarding the Beas River, okay. So statement 1 is the Beas River is part of Indus River system. It is comparatively smaller river which lies entirely within the Indian territory. It originates near the source of Ravi at the southern end of the Pir Panjal range near the Rohtang Pass, okay. So basically when we are talking about these Beas River, here you can see in this particular area, here we have this Beas River, okay. Okay, so this is Beas River. In Punjab it merged with the Satluj River, okay. So ultimately you can say that it is a tributary of Satluj River, and its entire course of this particular river is in our territory, that is India, okay. Origin is somewhere in near Rohtang Pass, which is in basically Pir Panjal, or you can say southern tip of the Pir Panjal, okay. Now in the here you can see this is your Pir Panjal range, and here you can see in Himachal Pradesh somewhere here in the southern tip we have this Rohtang Pass, and from where this particular river is originating somewhere here from the Rohtang Pass, okay. Now here you can see the Beas River is part of Indus River system, this is correct. Then it is comparatively small river which lies entirely within Indian territory, this is also correct. Now it originates near the source of Ravi at the southern end of the Pir Panjal range near the Rohtang Pass, here you can see. So this is basically your Beas River. So this is basically origin of your Beas River, and here this is the origin of Ravi River, okay. So this is the course of Ravi, and it merged with the Chenab River, and this is your Beas River, and it merged with the Satluj River, okay. So the source are nearby in the Rohtang Pass, okay. So this particular statement is also correct. So option D would be your right answer. Question number 8. Regarding Orchha Wildlife Sanctuary, consider the following statement. Statement 1 is the Orchha Wildlife Sanctuary is located in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Second is the state, this sanctuary lies on the banks of the Betwa river. Third is the borders, the state of Madhya Pradesh with Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So these three statements are there. Orchha Wildlife Sanctuary was in news because recently nearly more than 40 species of butterflies has been discovered in that particular area, that is Orchha Wildlife Sanctuary. That is why it was in news. Now let's see the location here. So in the map here you can see this is on the border over here. This is Orchha. This is your MP, and this is UP. So this is on the border of MP and UP, but mostly we can say that it is located in Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Now when we are talking about, so there was this picture which was not visible over here. So anyway, I will tell you this particular wildlife sanctuary is on the banks of Betwa river. Okay. So somehow Betwa river is going like this, and then this is the wildlife sanctuary which is present over here. Okay. So I hope I will make sure that this map was present in the next episode. Okay. Now coming to the statements again, Orchha Wildlife Sanctuary is located in the Madhya Pradesh, as I told you. Then this lies on the banks of Betwa river. This statement is correct, you can trust me. And then the border of the state Madhya Pradesh with Uttar Pradesh, as I told you, this is on the border. Here we have seen this is on the border of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So this statement is also correct. So we can say that how many of the above statements are correct. Okay. So you can say that this is C. Option C would be your right answer because all of the statements are correct. Now for your practice, there is this question which is related to Matua community. So let's see. Regarding Matua community, consider the following statement. Originally from East Pakistan, the Matuas migrated to India during partition and after the creation of Bangladesh. These are the two time periods when they migrated to India. Okay. Now Matua Mahasangh is the religious reformation movement that originated around 1816 AD by Harichand Thakur. Okay. Statement 3 is the Matua community has significant presence in West Bengal. You have to choose the correct statement. So now please go at your home you can actually go through this particular Matua community, read about it and answer in the comment box. Okay. So this question you can attempt and answer in the comment box. With that, today's session is over. I would like to tell you one or two things about the Target UPSC Prelims 2024 series. In this series, we are going forward with 2 modules. One is related to your current affairs and second will be related to your MCQ practice. So you can go through those modules. These modules are quite high yielding and that can boost your prelims preparation. So please go and watch if you have not started watching it. And other than that, if you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel. Thank you. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.